Longest God in your corner, faith gonna remain stronger. Cause we was born to win, had angels that prayed for us. Been in the lab cooking, now look what I made for you. Born to win, gonna be a classic, baby, just wait on it.
Hi bosses. So today I am heading to the airport. I was unsuccessful in getting up and getting out of the house before heading to the airport. As you guys can see, my room is starting to get dark. The sun has set. Well, it is setting. I'm beat. I was beat all day today. I slept. I woke up about 9 o'clock. At 10, I woke up at 9. All right, let's give you guys a run through of my day because it wasn't unproductive even though my energy was low. I woke up at 9. I meditated for about 15 minutes. I journaled. I got some writing done on this book. Then I jumped on the master call for about an hour and a half, 40. No, for 2 hours. I jumped on the master, a planning call for 2 hours. And then I took a nap. And I slept until about 4 o'clock. I slept until about 4:30 rather. So from like 12 to 4:30, I was like in and out reading books, you know, all of that good stuff. Then I woke up, I showered. Now I am watching Family Matters. I love like the old school, you know, 90s shows. Family Matters is one of my favorite shows. I think that's about it. I'm about to head out actually to head to the airport. And then once I make it to the airport, I'm gonna go from there. And maybe I'll check back in with you guys. I did want to let you guys know because I know I've been telling you guys, like, you know, I've been using my herbs and not really too concerned with this virus. But so for those of you who are pondering on the herbs and stuff that I've used, I use elderberry, I use ginger, I use oregano oil, I use key lime, and I think that's it. So about, depending on how much water, like my teacup is about 12 ounces, and I use a canister about this big that I store my herbs in because I buy my herbs loose. I don't use tea bags, and so I fill that with the elderberry, and I make 2 12-ounce cups off of it. So I reuse the herbs. I use only 1 to 2 drops of oregano oil. Like I literally watch it as it falls out of the little bottle. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys. Hold on. Alright. So, these are my elderberries. When I am in New York, I get my stuff from Tony's Country Life. It's on Fulton and Verona, like across the street. I don't know if you're from New York, you know where the Doubles A&A Bake is. It's literally right across the street from there. If you're not from New York, the address is 1316 Fulton Street, and it is between Nostrand and New York, but it is literally right on Verona. These are what elderberries look like. Sorry guys, I needed to cut on the light because it's getting a little bit too dark in here and you guys really won't be able to see anything. So yeah, those are elderberries. If you go by the box, it says to use 1 to 1.5 teaspoons per cup. I use a little bit more, I think, is the oregano oil that I use. It's just essential oil. It is very, very potent. So when I use this every morning, I'm telling you, when I say I watch one drop fall out, I watch one drop fall out. You don't have to drink it in tea. You can drink it in water. Another thing you can do is a respiratory boil with like key limes, oranges, cinnamon sticks. You can do oregano if you need to. Eucalyptus, mint leaves. It's just to open your passageway. You inhale it for about 20 minutes. And you don't drink it. It's not a tea. Like, it's literally for your respiratory, to inhale the steam to clear your passageway. What else? So I do the tea one time. I do the oregano oil one time a day, but the tea I'll drink 2 times a day. And I stock up on water. I don't drink anything besides water or tea. And smoothies. That's another thing. I've also been really big on my sea moss and bladderwrack. So, like, I just finished the mango smoothie that had sea moss, bladderwrack, handful of walnuts, some hemp protein, and some water and ginger and date syrup. So yeah, that's my routine. I've been keeping my sea moss and bladderwrack and my herbs to keep my system and my immune system pumped up. So I'm feeling good. If you guys want any further information on the herbs, feel free to hit me up. I'm more than happy to share the information. Sharing is caring. We are in this together. And I think that's it. All right. I guess I'll talk to y'all when I make it to the airport, or tomorrow when I land. All right. Talk to you later.
Situation, give me freedom. Bless my situation, give me mercy. Bless the situation. Oh, be with me frequently. Bless my situation, show me love. Bless my situation.
Hi guys, hey bosses. So today is day 15 of the quarantine, self-isolation. Yesterday I was unable to record, not because I fell back into my depression or anything like that, but because I traveled. So the last clip you guys seen of me was me at the airport. I did travel I traveled yesterday to New York, and I was exhausted after traveling. So today I am up and out. We're on our way to New York, taking a train. Let's see how this goes, because you know The coronavirus has hit really hard in New York and New Jersey. We're in Newark, New Jersey right now. What else? So you guys have probably already seen episode 1 of the vlog diary, overcoming my depression while quarantined, because this quarantine really had me falling back into it. For the first week and a half of quarantine, I stayed in the bed. I just didn't have the energy to do anything. I was like so frustrated with life, with everything. I'm back in a noisy city, but yeah, I was frustrated with everything. And being able to get up and out every day is what really is helping me. Like, I appreciate that more than anything.
We're in the vlog? We're in the vlog? Hey, hold up. I do YouTube too. I'm so serious. It's on my phone.
So being able to be up and out is like very, very helpful. So I did get some feedback on episode 1 already so far, and I know that a few people would like to know where my depression actually stemmed from. And I think I did a video already on that, but just in case I didn't, I don't mind telling you guys again, because I'm overcoming it, right? But from October 2018 until December 2019, I took care of my dad. My dad had a massive stroke in October of 2018. And let's see, I'm gonna show you guys a picture of him. Yes. So this is my daddy. He had a massive stroke. Me and my mom, we took care of him for 14 months by ourselves. No hospital. Well, in the beginning there was no hospitals because he didn't have health insurance, and they wouldn't allow us to keep him in there. So we did what we had to do. Like, that's my baby, that's my daddy. I was always his baby. That was his name for me. And so we held it down and we did what we had to do. And in December of 2019 he passed away, and that kind of was the beginning of, I don't know, like just a massive amount of emotions. And I felt like I was emotionally constipated. Like, I could not let that shit go. When they called me and told me my dad had passed, I couldn't cry. I couldn't do anything. I didn't cry, actually. I probably didn't cry for the first time. I mean, I shed a few little tears. Come back. I shed a few little tears the day of his funeral. But for the most part, I didn't cry. Let me see. Newark is just real different, people. Real different. But yeah, so my dad passed in December of 2019, December 20th, 2019, and that was the beginning of my depression. Unfortunately. I felt a lot of things. I felt guilt, like I could have done more, even though I know I did everything that I possibly could have done on my behalf. My dad didn't have his green card in hand. He didn't have any type of ID. He didn't have any health insurance. So for damn near a year almost, at least 9 months, I was running back and forth to the Guyanese consulate, contacting the USCIS. I had to hire lawyers. We cared for him the best way we could. And while he was home, like, he allowed me to change his diet. Y'all know I follow Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide, very strict. My dad did allow me to change his diet. I mean, he really didn't have a choice, but he was for it. He didn't ask, and I only say he didn't have a choice because I was his caretaker. So what I fed him is what he was going to eat. But thankfully, he didn't give me any resistance. He was really, you know, for me changing his diet. And while he was home and he was eating on that diet, he was doing great. He was able to, like, move his hands and his legs again. He was able to sit up on the side of the bed by himself. And these are all things that the doctors told me he would never be able to do again. So, you know, that CMOS, that bladderwrack, those things, the herbs, the burdock root, the sarsaparilla, hemp seeds, all of that stuff was helpful for him. It was aiding in him getting. Here go more cop cars. More cop cars. It was helpful in him getting back on his feet, and to an extent, you know, like he wasn't able to walk, but that was because he needed the physical therapy, not because he wouldn't have been able to do it. And of course, because he didn't have any insurance, they wouldn't provide him with physical therapy. So yeah. Anywho, from starting December 20th, I just kind of I didn't feel like myself anymore. Like, and it wasn't a depression where I, like I said before, had suicidal ideations or anything. I just didn't feel like myself. I had no motivation. I didn't want to do anything. I was content with just laying in the bed. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be around anybody. The things that I love to do, like writing, reading, all of that stuff, I had no desire to do. I didn't want to do any of those things. And I had no appetite on top of that. Like, a lot of days I would go all day without eating. Some days 2 days without eating. I would just eat like pieces of fruit or drink water. I just didn't have any desire for anything, really. And I moved to LA, which was something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I wouldn't leave as long as my dad was here. Even if like I had opportunity, like last June I did get an opportunity. I had a job offer, not a job that I really wanted, but it would have gotten me closer to being in LA and like doing the things that I wanted to do. And I didn't take it for a bunch of different reasons. Dad was still sick. He still didn't have any insurance, like nothing. So I turned it down. And then with me being depressed and going through it, my brother offered for me to come to LA and run his skating rink. And I took it. And when I got there, at first it was a little bit of the same. I still felt displaced. I still didn't feel like I really, you know, wanted to do much. But being up and out and, you know, having the direct sun and being around like a fun group of people was helpful. Like, I started to kind of get back into my emotions of being myself, of, you know, laughing, smiling, feeling actual happiness or contentment, comfort. And then the quarantine hit and all of that went out of the window. I started feeling like, you know, like I had all of this free time. I could have been writing, I could have been reading, I could have been, I don't know, anything. And I just had no desire to do it. I wanted to stay in the bed all day. For the first week and a half of the quarantine, like, I showered every day, but I don't think I ever changed my clothes. Like, I think every single day when I showered, I was putting on the same pair of sweatpants and the same shirt and laying right back in the bed. Some days I would eat, some days I wouldn't eat. Some days I would just have a shake, a smoothie, a fruit smoothie with CMOS and hemp protein, and that was it. And other days I would make like full meals. It kind of just, I don't know, wasn't really myself again. And then I got tired of it. Then I was like, you know what? You just left being in a place where you emotionally felt this exact same way, and it didn't serve you at all. And like I said, my aunt also reached out to me. She sent me an inbox, like, just checking in on me. And one of the things she said was like, my family is Muslim, so her statement was like, Allah never gives you more than you can bear. You know, like, Allah knew what he was doing. Your dad was suffering, and he would never want you to suffer because he's no longer here. And my dad talked about passing, like, he knew he was going. But right before my dad went into a coma, the night before he went into a coma, I went to the hospital. He was in ICU. Well, but the night before he's like got lethargic, because it was a few stages before he actually fell into the coma. But my dad was in ICU, and I had gone to the hospital to see him. I sat in the hospital waiting for hours that night. I don't think I left the hospital until like 11 at night, and we were like laughing and joking. And then the next day, which was a holiday, it was I think Columbus Day, he wanted me to come to the hospital. And at the time I was living in Jersey, and he was in a hospital in New York. And you know, I would go to the hospital every day, mainly because I worked in New York. Not mainly, because I was going to go, even on days when I didn't have to work, I was going to go to the hospital. But it was easier for me during the week because I worked in New York. I worked maybe 15 minutes from the hospital that my dad was in. So that Monday, and in Jersey, like the trains and stuff are really weird, the buses. So I don't drive to New York if I can avoid it, because I don't want to pay tolls. But so the train and stuff, a bus just passed us, so it should be one coming. You got your ticket?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't go that day. I called. My mom was there. I called, and you know, I said, "Mommy is there. I won't be coming today. I love you." He was upset with me. He didn't want to talk. And but I knew I was going to be at the hospital that Tuesday. And that Tuesday, when I got there, he was nothing like the person I had seen Sunday night or heard talking in the background on Monday. And I called my mom, and I was like, he's completely lethargic. He had the thrush, the yeast buildup in his mouth. He was on antibiotics because he had a really, really bad yeast infection that had like started coming out of his genital onto his skin. And so they were over killing the yeast, and so this guy is driving wicked. And so I had called my mom that Tuesday and was like, he's completely lethargic. How was he yesterday when you left? And you know, she told me he was fine, but he had told her that he had a conversation with the doctors. Like, she was present there, and he had said it to her also, and said, you know, I'm dying. I don't know why these people keep trying to help me. I keep telling them I'm dying, and nobody wants to believe me. And sure enough, that next week I got a phone call from the hospital, and they told me my dad was in a coma. And that was the beginning of the end. So, you know, my dad, he had already accepted it, and that was something that he wanted. He didn't want to continue the fight. He was tired. Like, my dad was very, very tired. So that was something that my aunt had kind of brought me back to, that, you know, Allah knew what he was doing. My dad had suffered. He didn't want to suffer anymore, and it was unfair for me to make myself suffer because he had suffered when I had done everything I could to help him. Like, at that point, it was out of my hands. So that's just a little bit of the background with my depression. Like, I'm sure as time goes on, you guys may hear a little bit more, and maybe you guys would like to hear more about how I dealt with taking care of my dad. But yeah, that's the overall story. I'm gonna today I didn't do my meditation routine this morning. Let me just update you guys really quick. I might cut this short because the bus is coming, and I don't want to be on the bus with my camera out like, hey. But I didn't meditate this morning, which is my fault, because I woke up, I had a meeting at 8:17 and I woke up at 8:15, so I didn't have the 30 minutes needed to meditate. Alright guys, just getting off the PATH train, World Trade Center. As you guys can see, it is empty. Yeah, so like I was saying, this morning I did not meditate. I didn't write. I didn't do anything this morning because I had an 8:17 meeting. A meeting for 8:17 this morning. And as you guys may or may not know, New York is 3 hours ahead of Los Angeles. So even though I'm in New York, my body is still running off of Los Angeles time. In Los Angeles, it was 5:17 when I woke up. I know, right? Look at it. It is so empty. But it was 5:17 in Los Angeles when I woke up in New York at 8:17. And I was exhausted. So, not to mention I didn't sleep the night before. So, yeah. That is why I didn't meditate, I didn't write, I didn't journal, I didn't do any of my normal routine. But when I get home tonight, I'm gonna get it done. And tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up a little bit earlier than 8:17 for my meeting so that I can get at least my meditation done. Because when I meditate, I'm good. What I did do though, I have this candle that has crystals and sage and all of those good things in it. And I lit the crystal and I let it stay lit all night. And then I had the window open to, you know, of course, let out any spirits that shouldn't be associated or any energy that shouldn't be associated. So, yeah. I think that is it for today's update. I might slip in some pictures or something, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi bosses, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a part of episode 2. So as you guys know, I am currently back in New York. I needed to move my things out of my old apartment. So yesterday was a busy day. We had a lot of moving around to do yesterday. I'm trying to remember. My days are kind of like just running together right now. But I know I didn't record. Yesterday was day 16 of quarantine. I slept for a good amount of the day. When I got up, I had to go and find food because still got to eat while I'm here. But I didn't record, unfortunately. My energy felt about the same. You know, by the end of the day, I was depleted though. Like we didn't eat dinner. We didn't do nothing. I really had no energy last night, and I kind of felt myself getting low again, like my vibration getting low. So I ate only fruit last night to try to pick myself back up. And this morning I felt pretty good. Yesterday I meditated. I did not write. Today, and I think that me not following through with my morning routine that I've set for myself is what throws me off. Today, I was able to meditate and I got some writing done. I've been packing all morning. I've been up since about 8:30 this morning packing. This was my office room. I'm not going to show you guys the full room because it's a bit of a mess, but this was my office. And I chose this for my office because it had great sunlight. So yeah, you see my dad is up there. But let's see if I can show you guys the sunlight that this room gets. so bright over here, but yes. So today I'm gonna go do laundry. For the most part, I packed up all of the clothes that I had here. I only had maybe another bin or two of clothes here because everything else I had given away before I left originally. Mostly what's here is all of my kitchen utensils, food processors, blenders, pots, pans, bowls, all of my glassware, and my books, because you guys know I'm a writer, so I have 1,000,001 books to write in and 1,000,001 books to read. So those things I had to pack up. And then there's just like little miscellaneous things. Other than that, there's really nothing else here. It's just miscellaneous things, and you know, I wanted to get a lot of this stuff cleaned up so that whoever came into this apartment next wouldn't have to worry about cleaning behind us. So that's really what the next 2 days is going to be about. I don't really see myself going out besides to do laundry today. It's beautiful outside. I would love to throw on some clothes and go take some pictures, but I don't know how that's gonna work because, like I said, I gave away most of my clothes. So, but that's today. I guess I'll check back in if I do any moves. I'm a little dehydrated. I've been neglecting my water intake today because I've just been on a roll trying to get everything together. But I'm about to go find me some food because I haven't eaten yet today. And I'm going to drink me a bottle of water. So I will check back in soon. Later. Hi, bosses. Welcome back to my channel. You guys are still on episode 2. This is day... day 18 of the quarantine. It has really been that long that I had to actually sit and think about that. It's day 18 of the quarantine. Today I got out, I did laundry. I know I said I was gonna do it yesterday, but by the time I was done sorting through papers and packing all of that stuff yesterday, I was over it. So this morning, got up, had breakfast, well, brunch. I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat before 12. Only thing I do before 12 is drink tea and water. So I had brunch this afternoon at about 12 o'clock. And then after brunch, I went and I did laundry. I ate something in between brunch and lunch. Then I did laundry. After laundry, I put everything in the car, me and hubby, and we drove over to the storage place. But of course, because of quarantine, the storage place was closed. So we have to go back tomorrow at about 11 to get into there. Tonight we are going to just bag up all of the garbage so that tomorrow morning when the trash guys come, we can load everything into the trash truck, garbage truck. What else? This morning I did not meditate. Instead, I had a meeting, so I have a meeting every morning at 8:17, from 8:17 to 8:30 with my job. So that's what I did as soon as I woke up this morning. And after that, I was just kind of on go, like putting all of the dirty clothes together, packaging up the little knickknacks that I had left out. What else? I can't think of too much else. I sent a few emails, and then, you know, brunch, laundromat. I did write today though, and I feel good about it. You know, I've been kind of blocked a little bit, And I don't think I'm blocked because I have writer's block. I just think I'm blocked because there's so much stuff that I want to do. So today, I feel like because I'm decluttering my space, you know, I'm opening up a little bit. So we're throwing out so much stuff. And if you know me, you know I'm a person that does not like to throw things out. So it feels good to be able to part with these things. And I think it's relieving a lot of the clutter that's been in my heart and on my heart and in my life these last few months. What else? So yeah, I wrote about 5 pages and I can still write some more. But I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna bag up this garbage and then I'm going to get some rest because I have to be up again at 8:17 in the morning for my meeting. I have some running around to do tomorrow. I need to drop my second car off to my cousin-in-law in Brooklyn. And then, like I said, do some running before I come back and get some rest. When I come back and get some rest, that's gonna be it before, I don't know what I was just looking at, but when I come back and get some rest, that's gonna be it for the rest of the day. I'm gonna just lay around the house, lounge. I need to also drop off my equipment for Verizon, but after that I'm gonna just sleep the day away. This way when Saturday morning hit, I could be on the road ready to go, you know. So tomorrow I'm gonna meditate before I go to bed tonight. I did do my respiratory boil, like I said, and I did write. Well, I didn't say that before, but I said that I had written. So I did write, but I also did my respiratory boil today. And what else? I think that's it. I felt good though. It felt good to get out of the house because since Monday I've been cooped up in the house pretty much. Except for Tuesday and or was that Monday? One of those days. I think it might have been Monday. That is the only day that I made it out of the house. Every other day, for the most part, I've been in the house. So it felt good to get out. Again, I didn't take any pictures these last few days. You guys might know if you have me on Instagram that I've been taking a lot of pictures. But today I'm not doing pictures. And the only reason, these last few days I haven't done them. And the only reason I'm not is because I'm in New York. And I don't have any clothes with me. The only thing I have is sweat clothes, the comfy stuff, the travel stuff. You can't travel without sweatpants and a sweatshirt. So I have like 4 different pairs of sweatpants with me and like 3 sweatshirts and a few t-shirts, but that's about it. So tomorrow I am gonna check in. Tomorrow, like I said, I have to hit the road. I'll be on the train after I drop the car off. And then I'll be heading back in the house. Saturday, we hit the road. You guys are still gonna get this episode on Sunday. I got a few more days left in the episode, Friday and Saturday. Sunday starts a new episode. Sunday starts a new week. So, with that said, I will talk to you guys mañana. Hey, bosses. Good night. It is about midnight on day 19. Oh wait, well, it's almost day 20. I'm 4 minutes away from day 20 of the quarantine. It is the last night in this apartment. It is such a bittersweet feeling. I wasn't fond of the neighborhood. I lived in Newark, New Jersey, but I loved the apartment. It is gorgeous. It's a 3-bedroom apartment. The master bedroom, mine and hubby's bedroom, had 3 extra rooms attached to it on top of the 3 bedrooms. But it's a beautiful place. I just was not fond of the neighborhood at all. Today we completed all of the tasks. We took the car back to Brooklyn. We went to check the P.O. box. We went to the health food store. We seen our girls. And now we are putting the last pieces into our bags for the morning when it's time to hit the road. This morning I meditated. I didn't write today, but I did read. I think that might be it. I don't think I have any more updates. I'm really tired. So once I finish this, I am I'm hitting the sack. Sorry, I just got a news update on my phone about some stupidness with Trump firing some guy. That caught my attention for a second, but yeah. I will talk to you guys tomorrow when we make our stop, most likely, or maybe before we get on the road. Good night.